Action Junkeez podcast number 9 from Hollywood Park Casino in beautiful Inglewood. I am Jon Orlando. To my right is Jake Ellenberger, and more importantly, to his right, Kate Quigley.
Hello. This is fun. We just played poker.
I know. Well,
it was a blast.
You were good.
I was all right. I had a nice guy helping me on the side. Is that allowed?
Not normally, but right. I mean, who's going to argue? When you look like you can get away with murder. Who gives a fuck?
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dude, I just wanted so bad to come in second place. Jake, you almost won.
Well, it doesn't normally go that well. That was actually the best I've done.
Really?
Jake's usually eliminated in the first 7 minutes of the tournament.
I was going to say the first, hour, but...
Yeah.
That went a long time, too. Like, I thought it was only going to be like an hour and a half. That was like 3 hours.
Yeah, that was the longest I think it's ever gone.
Well, that's because I was here.
Because you were here, people were playing slower. They were like, you know what, let's just last longer.
No.
Kate's here.
I don't know why it was.
It's interesting, though, too, because every week, like, you get guys, like, in the last few weeks, we've had people that are really good players, and they're really tight. Like, they don't, you know what I mean? Like, tonight it was a little more laid back, a little more...
Are you saying they're more like competitive or?
Yeah, I would say like I don't know. Tonight it was the different energy, more laid back. People were betting more.
Is that what you found? Like in the 9 minutes that you normally play, that this bunch
right.
of people was a tougher crop of people.
Right.
Is that what you found?
Because like normally that first 9 minutes they're really throwing the money down.
Yeah.
But this time stepping back, more conservative. You know, it's hard. It's like you give a lot of money at the beginning when you don't care because you got a huge pile. But towards the end, you're like, oh, shit, I'm about to go out. So right. I was trying to be careful. I just wanted enough money to go to Target and get like a nice pair of shoes. You know?
Baby needs shoes.
$40.
Right?
I got you.
That's all I need. You got it?
I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You won.
Yeah,
How much
Jake?
did you win?
$750.
Fuck you.
Big dollars.
God, I'll take 100, please. Thank you.
All right.
I'll trade you for this plate of nachos. I have by the way, all I did tonight, since I didn't win any money, is keep ordering food to try to make the time. Like I was trying to basically make like $30 an hour in food was my goal.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say anything, Kate, but I mean, at one point, I think I heard you order. She was like, "Would you like anything?" You were like, "I'll take page 2."
Yeah,
you ordered page 2 off
did.
the menu.
I
And
just ordered
that's
a
a
page.
first at Hollywood Park.
You know, I don't feel bad. I didn't eat much today because I had a very busy day. So when I got here, I thought I'd just order, all the meals to make up for it.
Makes sense.
And then I offered all the guys at the table food, and no one ate.
No one ate.
Jake's on some kind of crazy. I feel like you're on some crazy fighter diet. Like, what do you guys? You just drink tears and shit? Is that it? Drink other fighters' tears and blood?
Oh, just barbed wire and blood. Usually, no. I don't know. I eat pretty good normally, but I don't go on these crazy diets. I try to stay. No, I mean, there's times you got to lose weight, but that's just you got to work out a lot. And
yeah, when you have to lose weight, how exactly does that work? Do you wrap yourself? One time when I had to host this award show, I wanted to be really skinny, and I covered my body in hemorrhoid cream and then wrapped myself in saran wrap.
Wow.
I swear to God,
Come on,
works.
seriously?
Yeah, it sucks all the moisture out of your body. That's what supermodels do before runway shows.
Wow.
Fighters
Hemorrhoid
don't do that?
cream.
Well, they do a lot of extremes, like the sauna suit, albaline, like opens your pores.
It's the same.
Makeup remover. Yeah, it's similar.
Makeup remover? What does that do? I don't
Well,
know
that's
that
what
one.
albaline is like. They'll rub it on like it's opens your pores. You wear a plastic sauna suit. It's dehydrating yourself. I mean, it's
That's the same as the
very
hemorrhoid
similar.
cream.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as when fighters make weight, it's like you're dehydrated for like as little time as possible. So you literally make weight and you're back up to drinking, eating.
Can I ask you some fighter questions?
Of
I
course.
know that I'm the guest, but I'm just so curious. Do you guys really is there a period of time before a fight when you're not allowed to have sex or jerk off? I always wondered that.
That's personal preference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
what
mean,
do you do?
Yeah.
Tell her, Jake. Tell her how often you're jerking
Well,
it.
I
funny
always
enough,
wondered that.
I was actually talking about this with one of my coaches today, Nick Curson. But
You guys
it's
talking about jerking off?
well, just like sex before a fight. Some people
Yeah.
don't. But for me, like I like to 3 weeks. I don't like to.
Nothing.
Wow.
Weeks?
Yeah.
Nothing at all?
Seriously.
Not even.
Shit, I could never be
Nothing.
a fighter.
Holy cow.
But
So-
it's like because they try to do the whole like.
Either.
They try to say like, oh, your testosterone's actually higher. It's all it's full of like that's a big myth. But it's just about how you feel. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel the
Wow.
same when I'm doing
You're
stuff.
more focused when you're not, because I it's been for me like about 8 weeks or something since I've had actual sex, and I can tell I feel like more focused when you're getting good sex on the regular. It splits your focus because you're trying to focus on work and shit, but part of your brain is always thinking about fucking.
You're killing me right now, Kate.
It's the truth. Are we allowed to swear on here?
Yeah.
I probably should have asked that first.
Whatever you want. No, it's all good.
But it's true. But then like now I'm trying to take a break. Like
From fucking?
Kind of, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know when that break ends? No, we're just talking. We're just a couple of adults having a conversation here. Kate, I'm just curious as to...
I'm breaking. I'm taking a break because I keep fucking
Was
assholes.
that by choice? Oh,
really?
Okay.
Yeah, so I decided to... I don't mean the body part. I mean like the person. I love
Oh, got it.
dickheads.
I was like, wow, she's a fetish chick. Okay, I got it. Okay, sorry. So...
Yeah, so now I'm trying to break that pattern.
Got it. Break the cycle.
What I need to do is stop fucking people based on just like, oh, you're hot,
right,
and we have chemistry. Instead, I'm trying to wait till I'm sure they're good guys.
Right.
And that takes a long time, because they're all good until you fuck them.
No, I hear you. I'm sorry. I just remembered that we're going to have to cut this kind of short because I have to go help feed the homeless in the next 20 minutes. And then I'm going to go
about that. Okay.
save some stray dogs. What? No, we're just talking.
That.
I'm just talking. That's all. What'd I say?
A lot of assholes feed the homeless too. This is the problem. It's like you have to be nice to me.
Got it.
But like in LA, is this like how does the process go when you meet somebody in LA? I mean, I feel like everyone is like that.
To be honest with you, I mean, it's really difficult. People hate to hear, and I'm not calling myself like a hot person by any means, but people hate to hear attractive people complain about being single and finding dates because, obviously you can go outside. Any of us can go outside and find a date.
Wait, why did you look at him and say you can?
Well,
you glazed right over me,
Because he's
Kate.
a professional athlete.
Oh, okay.
And has one up on
superficial
regular
party
people.
of one. Your table's ready?
Listen,
all right. No, that's cool.
If you're
I got
a pro
it.
athlete, it doesn't even matter what you look like. He could be missing half his mouth.
Yeah, he could
and
have
people would
mangled
still
ears.
date him.
I'm striking.
Sorry.
I'm
What?
strikingly good looking
You're
as well.
a
But not
handsome
here nor
guy
there. Not
for
here nor
a
there.
fighter.
Not here
Let's
nor there.
be honest. He's
For
a
a
good
fighter.
You're both cute, actually.
For a fight.
Wait, cute puppies
John's a
are
good
cute.
looking. Have you seen
Kate?
Tony Orlando? Have you seen his dad?
I'm dashing.
I haven't
wanna
seen
be
his
dashing.
dad. You're dashing.
His dad is a good looking man.
Is he good looking? Well,
Right?
I did
I'm not
get
gonna
to.
lie, he's a
I get to
good-looking
hear his
man.
music because he blasted in my ear at the poker table.
Fuck. Jake, there's a knife in my back. Would you please pull it out? Can you get that knife? What the fuck?
But the point is, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Tell me if you find this because, you're in a community, you're rather well known. And for me, I find that makes dating much more difficult.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though it's like you might have more options, like, I could go through my Instagram and find a date in 5 seconds.
Right.
But once someone actually starts dating me and they realize that they have to deal with like the whole image of like what I put on social media and the comments and the creepy guys and all that stuff, then a lot of guys don't want to deal with all that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to just be celibate, and I got the best vibrator. By the way, Hitachi Magic Wand, I have to give them a shout out because I talk about them so much on stage, and I have this magic wand that plugs into the wall. It's like insane. You guys should get one.
Jake, you need your notepad back?
Everyone in your life.
Yeah, I was going to write this down.
Keep it away from you.
I didn't know how this podcast was going to go.
Hitachi sex. Just write Hitachi sex.
Did you guys know they made vibrators?
No.
I know all they make are like power tools and vibrators.
Are you sure they know they're making a vibrator?
Yes. Yeah, because they sent me one in the mail. That's what's so funny.
Really?
Is it a Sawzall by Milwaukee? Or no.
No, it's like I tweeted about the Hitachi Magic Wand and how great it is. And they were like, we make a cordless version now. And they actually mailed it to me. And it showed up while I was in Vegas.
Brilliant.
So I haven't gotten to try it yet, but I just want to say.
And so along those lines, so if you're taking a break from dating.
Yeah.
No, from fucking.
From fucking.
Right.
Well, wait, are you that girl? Like
similar.
you'll go on a date but nothing?
Well,
no
that's
sex?
just how she phrased. I was just.
Are we supposed to fuck
phrasing.
immediately on the date?
Yeah.
I was quoting. Sorry.
I want to fuck before dinner. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just telling you a little bit about it. By the way, Kate, if I'm being honest, I swiped right on you on Bumble
You
before,
did?
100%. And
For sure?
100%.
I don't really
and
use
recently,
it.
like a month ago, and I'm a little fucking disgruntled.
That's impossible.
No,
Where-
100%.
Hold on, first
It was
of all,
Bumble or Tinder, but I think it was Bumble. I'm
where
trying to
do
give you more
live?
credit here.
Where do you live?
Downtown, but I searched 100 miles.
It couldn't have been
100 miles, and I go 18 to 55, Kate, because I want all the options on the fucking table for me. All right, I
Okay.
want to see what's out there.
Well, first of all, I will say this.
Talk to me.
I'm
55?
on Bumble.
Yeah.
55?
Yeah. I'll
I
go.
hooked up with 51.
Okay, so
But
I'm
he
40.
was
I'm 46.
really good looking. So are you.
He's
I'm just saying. Like,
Really?
John's pretty.
Yeah.
Can we get some more drinks in here? Can we get some more drinks?
okay, look, here's the thing. I'm on Bumble, but this is honest to God what happens to me with Bumble. I just
Okay.
had to apologize to someone about this today. I get on there every once in a while when I'm like really lonely and I'm literally talking to no one. Like when I'm taking like hot photos in my mirror and sending them to like my mom and my
You have
girlfriends.
my number now, right?
That's
No, we're just talking. Go ahead.
that's
Sorry.
the only time I go on Bumble. And usually I get on there, I swipe on
What's
a bunch
Bumble?
of guys, I message someone a little because I'm bored. And then maybe the next day I'm like, why did I get on Bumble? And I don't get on it again for like 3 or 4 months. And so I basically what I'm saying
Is that like Facebook?
if you match with me on Bumble, don't expect it's not your fault if I don't talk to you because I don't talk to anyone.
Jake here's wifed up with child, has no clue what Bumble is.
You have a wife?
Well, I'm not married, but I am not single.
I got you.
I'm in a relationship.
You got a baby mama.
I do.
Yep.
Well, we're doing great. But I was getting made fun of because I don't know what Bumble is.
No, it's good. Bumble is stupid. I
Okay.
hate Bumble. Bumble is like Tinder. It's a dating app where
Okay.
the girl has to make the first move.
Which makes no sense.
I think it's bullshit. Yeah, because here's the thing. The whole reason, like the whole problem with dating now is that there's more girls looking for a man in LA than vice versa. And so we end up being the predators. Like we end up chasing you guys. You guys have more options, I think.
Right, obviously. And when it came to me, you did no chasing. So that's great. So now it's worse.
Well, I only chase guys after I have sex with them and then they're really mean. That's the only time I chase them.
Really?
That's the formula?
Yes. I have sex with them and then if they're awful to me, I go, why is this guy being so mean to me? That's not normal. What did I do wrong? And then I try to fix it.
Really?
That's why I'm in therapy.
Got some issues
That's
going
that's
on
the
here, huh?
isn't that kind of the backwards?
Yeah, well, no one said it's
whatever,
a
no.
healthy.
What's the longest relationship you've been in?
I was married.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a long time.
How long?
10 years.
10 years?
Yep. Really young. I got
You were
married at
12?
19.
What the fuck?
I was 19.
19?
That's kind of what my whole like stand-up act is about is like because I was married all through my 20s, so I didn't start dating till I was 29.
Oh, so you didn't even go through the wild phase.
That's a problem. Now I'm making all the mistakes you're supposed to make when you're like 21.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hot.
So I'm getting it's not.
No, it is.
It's awful. I hate it.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's all gonna work out for me in the end.
Okay.
You know, but that's why right now, like, so I went through the bad boy phase
You did.
where I fucked a bunch of assholes and I partied too much. And now I'm finally in a place where I'm like, okay, I want to meet a nice guy. So I'm trying to change.
You want to meet a nice guy, but if another asshole stumbles around the corner,
I mean, no, I'm
the
really getting
timing's
better.
right.
I'm really tired right now
And
of
you're
like
in
fuck
Inglewood.
boys. No. Are you a fuck boy?
no, I'm somewhere in between.
What's your story? Why are you
Uh,
single?
I'm all fucked up. I don't know.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is your
Jake,
story,
fix
John?
him.
I help John. I try to
My
I try to help
story
John.
is I don't know if you want my story.
I
Kate.
do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We all
I don't-
want it.
I don't know if marriage works.
Oh, it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just didn't
Don't
want to
get
say
married.
that. I'm
Jake,
trying
don't get married.
Trying to
All
be
right.
easy on the kid here, you know. And I don't want kids. Do you have kids?
No.
No kids.
And
Do
I
you
don't
want
want
kids?
kids. No.
I don't want kids. No, I'm just. You said you want to know about me. We're just
I
talking
don't
a little bit about me.
kids,
Yeah, I don't want kids
no.
either.
I
It's
mean,
interesting.
I can't. I'm too selfish, and my career takes up 99.9% of my time. I can't have a kid. Having a boyfriend is close enough to having a kid.
So you're like early 30s,
yeah,
31 maybe.
34,
Okay.
And the oldest
So-
you dated is
51.
Well, maybe like could that like with it? Will you change your mind? Like if down the road, would you want kids? Like before,
I might
when you
adopt
still can?
them, but I just
All right.
I'm also honestly I'm very like obsessive about my body, and I don't want
Me
to
too.
put my body through pregnancy. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I just don't.
I love everything you're saying.
And if I did get pregnant, I would hire a trainer and I would like train all through my pregnancy like a crazy person. Although sometimes I think about getting pregnant. Okay,
Boom.
your girl's still super duper hot.
Smoking hot.
So here's the thing. But you know why? She probably breastfed. Did she breastfeed?
She did a little bit.
Jake eats 20 times a day. So
Yeah.
That's the secret to looking hot after a baby is breastfeeding. If I could, I'd breastfeed right now. You
really,
burn like
starving.
You
Um,
you burn so many calories. Do you guys know how many calories you burn breastfeeding? It's like 1,000 extra calories a day.
that's really true.
Yeah, if they made a pill that would make you just able to breastfeed, every girl would take it.
Do you sweat while you're breastfeeding? I don't even understand what's happening.
No,
Really?
your body just
your
burns extra
body's
calories.
working. Yeah, it's
Really?
That's true. It's
Who knew?
Yep. Did you ever try the breast milk, Jake, when she was breast?
Oh, yeah.
Is it good?
Of course.
Does it
What
taste
else?
good?
No, not really. It's
I'm curious.
It's kind of.
That's gonna go.
Would you
over
put it in
well
a
when you get
latte?
home.
No, not a latte. Come on, a little coffee. You know.
I don't know.
No, of course you taste it. Yeah.
What do you mean? Of course you taste
How
it.
could you not taste it?
I don't know. I don't think I want to taste it.
You would taste it.
I'm
Really?
kind of weird though. Like I'll try anything before I give it to my son.
The weird thing is that I
Aw.
just said I don't know
kinda
if I
weird.
want to taste it, but I'll lick a chick's ass. I mean, does that make any fucking sense?
That's what I'm saying.
Is that too much info
You'll
right
eat
now?
ass, but
No,
you won't
I-
taste breast milk?
Maybe I got to rethink that.
Here's the thing. You're going to taste it. If your girl has a baby and you fuck at all, unless you avoid her tits completely, there's going to be breast milk.
These are all good points you're making, Kate. I just never
Wait a minute.
thought about it. What?
You're like
Let's
an
just skim over that.
asshole is okay.
Skim over it.
Can I? We
I
can
don't
move
know.
on. We can move on, John. We can move on.
Asshole is on the menu. Breast milk, however, not
guess.
on
Yeah.
the menu. What if it's gluten free? What if she's like a gluten free,
Gluten-free chick,
low sugar?
non-smoker.
Let me ask you this, John. So, like, if you met a girl, like, let's say,
Yes.
At the-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, let's
This
say you
is
were,
really
let's say you were in,
hypothetical. Okay.
you're in Vegas or even in LA here, and
Right.
you meet somebody you like. You know, you're at a bar, club, whatever. What are
Am
you?
I at a bar or am I at the Rhino?
Which
this
it
makes
doesn't
a difference.
No, not really.
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody you're very into,
Okay.
and you would like to take the next step. What are your requirements in order for you to go to that menu, that side of the menu?
Are we talking about eating ass?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
What
Just
are the-
making sure.
Do
I
I
know.
need to?
Well, obviously it's kept. It's well kept.
What does a
it's
not well kept
waxed.
ass
I mean,
look like when you
I've
first
had
see it?
I've had
Bush?
some
Hair?
Yeah, I've had some. Yeah.
Girls with hairy buttholes?
Yeah, one time it happened.
Where are you
once.
picking up
It
girls at
happened
the
one time and I was
circus?
shocked. This girl was smoking hot. This was like 12 years ago and almost scarred me maybe for life. It was the only one I've ever encountered like that. But like picture.
Where were you?
Picture
Where did you meet a girl with a hairy asshole?
Sky Bar.
Are you sure it was a girl?
Yes, yeah.
There's a lot of drag
No.
queens at Sky Bar.
No, 100%. Picture.
Did you see vagina?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
just
Yeah.
making sure.
Yeah, we did the deal. We did the deal, Kate. But like
After that, you saw her hairy asshole, you still banged it out?
it was before that, like it was on a flip over. You know what I mean? And not like crazy amount, like just like some
just too much to deal with.
just like some stragglers,
little
whatever. But like,
stragglers.
what the fuck?
See, now I don't know, because I mean, like I get lasered, and every girl I know gets lasered. I don't know
Right.
anybody who has hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only girl that I know who has hair is in 50 Shades of Grey, the book. She has. That's the only girl with hair.
In the book, she does.
Yeah, the author describes her pubic hair in the book. It's really weird.
Vile.
Yeah.
No good.
A hot guy just looked in here. I don't know who he was. That guy looks like young Bruce Willis. He's
Yeah, he
really
does.
cute.
He does.
Very
He
cute.
does have a Bruce Willis
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
My buddy Craig.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Yeah.
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 Nice guy.
What is he, like security here? Whole time we
No.
were playing poker, he's just standing there with a headset on. I was like, what is this
He's actually
guy?
a good poker player.
He wanted to play, but there weren't enough seats. you showed
Oh, got it. Oh, I'm sorry.
We'd rather have you.
I
100%.
mean, yeah, it was fun. I'm going to come back.
Are you?
Yeah, definitely.
I like that.
It's a good time.
So, Joey Diaz is going to come, and
Well, hopefully. I want to
well,
bring
no,
him.
we've been talking like he's definitely going to do it, which as long as it works out with his schedule. I was gonna say,
Yes.
you should come when he
Uncle
comes back.
Joey. He's the best.
He's the fucking
He
best.
is the best. I wish
Love
he was going to
Joey
be in
Diaz.
Vegas this weekend for the fights. God, he'd be fun to watch a fight with. He is the best.
He
You know
is.
what's the coolest thing about Joey Diaz that people don't realize is he's so fucking sweet.
I know.
So sweet. Like he calls me on the phone before now I know him better when I barely knew him. And he's like, Kate, you seem like someone who doesn't have a lot of family out here. My family's your family. If you ever want to come, we get
Oh,
dinner.
yeah.
We get dinner every week at Boston Market. Come to Boston Market. Like he's just like he's that kind of guy. He's such a sweetheart.
He is.
Yeah.
I like Boston Market. I'm a mashed potatoes guy.
Are you?
I am.
I like sweet potatoes.
Have you ever been to a restaurant with John before? He orders up the kids' menu. It's usually mac and cheese, maybe
I
kid
eat
hot
like
dogs.
a 5-year-old.
That's fine.
100%.
Nothing
There's
wrong
nothing.
with
No,
that.
I'm
If
just.
you have crayons, I'll color right now. I mean, that's basically what you're dealing with.
I
here.
like that. When I go to restaurants, I ask for the crayons. If they have them,
Really?
why not?
Okay.
Yeah. Jake looks so bored.
I'm an asshole now.
Jake, tell
No,
me,
I'm not. But no, I'm
can I ask more fighting questions?
course.
So we talked about how you
Fire.
don't have sex for 3 weeks before a fight.
right.
I have more questions.
Sure.
The night of the fight,
Mm-hmm.
if you win, do you have sex?
Of course.
If you lose, Do you have
course.
sex? Okay,
That's
just
a good
checking.
question. I like that.
Really? That's
Yeah.
a good question.
Well, I
mean,
just need to know because just in case, like I'm friends with some fighters, and I always
Yeah.
wonder that. I'm like, I never know what to say if they win or lose, or how to act, or what. Like,
yeah,
I never
well,
know.
I mean, that's like everybody. I guess everybody reacts differently. Some people go into like a dark hole of depression and don't talk to people for a month. Like that's like I never really understood that. It's like if you know what if you want people to kind of like help or celebrate in your victory, like you kind of have to know how to lose. Like you're in a competition that's 1-on-1, and you know what? There's you're sometimes you have bad day or an off day,
Sure.
but that's competition.
Well, I always think like you guys have so much pressure. I mean, as a comic, it's like you do 7-8 sets a week, and if you have bad ones, maybe you have one bad one a week, and you're like, well, but I had 6 good ones. But as a fighter,
right.
you guys don't get to fight as often, so it's like
Yeah.
all this training, and then I always think that I'm like, man, it's like so much pressure on one fight.
It is. It's tough too. I mean, like I'll go through like 6-month training camps for a fight, and it's like you fight for 15 minutes, and you'll train almost every day for 6 months. So it's a lot. There's really no other sport where you put everything into it. I mean, even you look at the NBA or you look at baseball. I mean, you have a bad game, you're gonna play the next weekend,
Right?
But 2 or 3 fights a year is
It's crazy.
That's
When you lose and you have sex, do you feel in the back of your head like, man, I'm just getting a pity fuck right now? Like, does that pop into your head?
I
or-
always feel like that when I
Really?
fight. No, I'm just kidding.
oh, it's
I'm just
funny.
kidding.
When are you getting back into circulation? Did we figure out a date? No, we don't have a date for it.
You
Okay,
know
never mind. You just play it by ear. I got it.
The last guy that I kind of like semi-seriously dated, this is embarrassing to admit, but was a porn actor.
Really?
Yeah, and so every time we had sex, I felt like it was a pity fuck because he never really wanted to have sex. He'd fuck all the time for
Really?
work.
Yeah, we're not wired that way.
Yeah.
Kate.
Interesting.
What do you mean?
We always want it.
No, I'm telling you, this guy.
Really?
Yeah, because think about it. If you had to fuck, every day for work, then sometimes when you're at home, you just want to chill. It's like I don't want to tell jokes all the time when I'm at home. I just
Yeah,
want to
it's
chill.
if you had a dick, you'd understand that it just doesn't work like that. Yeah,
Well, then maybe it was me because this guy did not want to fuck that much. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, I don't want to.
John, I will punch you
I like it
in
rough.
the dick.
No, I like it
okay?
rough. I
Well,
mean,
then you'd
that's-
like it. So.
Wow, so mean, so nasty.
I think this episode should be called "Too Drunk to Podcast," starring Kate.
I think it should be called Action Junkeez Insta Classic. Yeah, this is already classic,
Anyway.
No boundaries.
known.
When did you get into comedy?
Well, technically like 10 years ago, but I never say I've been doing stand-up for 10 years because I started and I did it for like 2 years. It's kind of like basically a hobby. I didn't know if I really wanted to do it. And then I used to MC events for like Sports Illustrated and NASCAR a little bit. And like, so I was touring, emceeing events for 3 years and I didn't do any stand-up. Then when I came back to LA, I got a divorce and then I quit touring all the time. And that kind of changed things. I was like, oh, I have a lot more to talk about now. I think when you're really young doing stand-up, it's hard because like when I started, I was like 23. You just don't have a lot of shit to talk about.
A lot of
you know?
material.
It's like, how rough is your life? Like
You're
you've done
so
nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
I did stand up, believe it or not, for 10 years,
Oh, wow.
and I started when I was 22. This
Yeah.
is back in the early 90s, guys,
Okay.
before you two were fucking
Like
Whatever.
when Tupac was
whatever.
killed?
Before that, before Tupac was killed. actually.
Okay. Like when
before
Mike
you
Tyson won
started,
his world
before you
title,
started
or-
eating butthole.
Yeah, 92, long before
the
that.
first
Yeah,
date.
I wasn't even licking anything back then. Yeah. I was
You
afraid
started
of all
picking
of
up drag queens at Sky Bar.
it. She was hot. I will show you a photo of her when we're done.
I believe you.
Okay. But yeah, I felt the same way when I was doing stand up. I couldn't find my voice. Like it was like the material I did was just very like generic, like
Sure, of course. You just didn't have a lot of life experience yet.
right.
And I-
when did it I guess for you, when did you like feel like when did it click? You know what I mean?
It never did. Yeah, I
I
took
mean,
10
like-
years to figure out I just wasn't funny, Jake.
Come
I had to get the
on,
fuck
you
out.
are funny. I can tell from
John.
this podcast.
But
if you weren't funny, John, we wouldn't have a podcast. We'll put it that way.
it clicked. What are you been drinking tonight?
I had a yeah.
I feel like
like
you
it.
guys are
All right.
flirting. This is how I feel, like all the time. Like the guys start flirting, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Hey, I swiped
Should I
right. I
go?
did my part with you, Kate. I fucking swiped right. Okay. Open up that app right now and see if I pop up. Actually, I deleted it. I'm not even. I deleted Tinder and Bumble 3 weeks ago. I'm out.
good, because they're bullshit apps. Don't date on those. They're stupid, okay?
Right.
Every time I've gone on a date, here's the problem. When you meet someone in a scenario like this, it's like you meet someone, you know if you have chemistry,
Right.
you know if you get along. Bumble is a waste of time. Those apps are a waste of time.
Totally agree. We're like Craigslist. You know what you're getting. It's just
Yeah, exactly. Craigslist. Fantastic
Yeah.
way.
And they're not a sponsor, but maybe they should be. I'm just saying. So you can JohnOrlando@me.com if you're interested and you work at Craigslist. You can hit us up and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
We have no sponsors. We have no viewers. We have no listeners, Kate. We're just
I'm really
here.
glad I'm spending my time here.
Yeah,
this is,
no, it's great.
It's
How's
great.
that?
It's
I like to
fine.
shoot you straight.
It's very good.
Yeah.
No, this is fun. You guys are fun. I'm glad that we all, got to link up and you guys are funny together. You have good chemistry.
Thank you. I think we have a future.
I think so too.
I think we do.
I really do.
Before you know it, triple digits listeners.
Well, wait, you're a fighter. What do you do?
Nothing. That's the thing.
This is it?
I
You just-
needed a gig.
You
Yeah, I was
organize
like,
poker
Jake,
tournaments?
call him up. I'm like, Jake, I need a gig, man. What do you think?
Well, that's why I didn't swipe right on you on Bumble. If it said under job, it just had a question mark. I don't swipe right on
It
those
said
guys.
need a gig.
Yeah.
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 Maybe that's why I wasn't so successful on Bumble.
That's the other reason I stopped dating on apps in LA because this is what happened. Guys see me on Bumble, then they go straight to my Instagram. Then they see that I'm verified on Instagram, and then they message me and they want to go on a date. And then within 20 minutes of the beginning of the date, they're like, "So, I was thinking it'd be cool if I did your podcast sometime." Like, guys are dating for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
They're trying to put themselves over.
Yeah. I don't want to have you on my. If I'm dating someone, I will never, ever, ever post them up on my social media. If you ever see a photo with me and a guy on my social media, that guy I have never fucked and never will. I don't put them on my social media ever.
We didn't take any pictures tonight, did we? No, I'm just. Kate, I
don't
do
think
not
so.
authorize the usage of any of my likeness or image on any social media outlets, just so we're clear.
No.
Can't keep me off your fucking social media.
So why did you really quit doing comedy?
Literally was not funny.
Come on.
No,
Come on.
I don't know. I honestly never got comfortable. I think I'm a better. I was a host that did stand up.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It wasn't the right fit for me.
I think you have to be like I'm a little bit of a control freak, which is why I like stand up because you're in charge. You know what I mean? So it's like if you
Right.
bomb, it's your fault. But when you do great, it's also your fault. And
Right.
once you have the audience in your hands and you're kind of like, oh, cool, I can make them do whatever I want. It's like being a puppet master, you know? I like that. It's like a power thing, I think.
Sure.
I like power.
I like that.
I like
Woman likes
I think
power.
that's it. I think that's it.
I had kind of a reverse career. Like the first time I did stand up was to 2,000 people opening for my dad.
Oh.
And so, I had no business being up there, and I ripped through 5 minutes of material and like
2.5.
exactly
Yeah.
sweating like a beast,
Yeah.
like talking faster than it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I never really did. I never did any clubs on Sunset ever.
Well, there's
and
only two.
Well, yeah, or like, well, I mean, or improv. Like I
I'm
never
just
did any
kidding.
of
I'm
that
just
stuff.
kidding. Yeah.
And then I started opening for some of my dad's friends, like Tom Jones and Paul Anka and Vegas and, all over the place. And so it was, I had like a good 20 minutes for the 50 and up crowd.
That's
And
nice
so-
to have, though.
So I made a great living,
Yeah.
but if I would have taken that act on Sunset, it would have been
You never
horrific.
know. You
No,
never
I think
know.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I did a
50 and up
couple smaller clubs. Like I did the Riviera Comedy Club when it was open, and like
Vegas?
Laugh Tracks. Is that still there? Laugh Tracks in Vegas at the Power Station? Is that even still there?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think so.
Or Comedy Stop at the Trop, but that's gone
That's
now.
the
Now
Laugh
it's
Factory
Now it's the
now.
Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
So I did some of those places. Yeah, that's just announcements. Just ignore that. We're at Hollywood Park, and there's it's like bingo,
Oh, it's funny.
yeah. So
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. I think that for me, the moment that I started to really enjoy stand-up is when I quit caring whether or not the audience liked me, and I just started having fun. The minute you're up there and you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to have fun. If they hate me, oh well, it's over in half an hour or whatever. Then you have fun, then they have fun when you have fun. I mean, honestly, that's, if you think about, at least for me, the comics I like watching the most are always just like laughing and having a good time and like just happy on stage. So, I don't know.
It's funny because I actually did this speaking engagement this last week, and I was talking to John. Like for me, this is uncomfortable. So I kind of made myself do it. I'm trying to grow in that area. So I was speaking to 50 guys that were at my girlfriend's brother's work, and I'm like, fuck. I'm calling John. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm kind of workshopping ideas. It's supposed to be inspirational, kind of a. And he's like, no, just be you, be authentic. So he gave me some pointers, and it was word for word, it went how he thought, how he said it was going to go. So it was it went well. but like I followed that little formula he gave me, so it was. Thank you, John.
So I coached him right through it.
Well done.
Standing O.
Well done.
Did you get a standing O?
I did.
Standing O.
I did.
How about that?
And it was one of those where like I was telling the funny part of like me having to fight a guy named the Immortal, like me losing my job and having to, in order to get my job back, I have to be a guy named the Immortal.
Seriously?
Like,
that
this
sounds
is
like a
true story.
WWE wrestling name,
Right.
Right?
But in my mind, like as I'm telling this story, I'm like, fuck, if somebody, as long as one person laughs, like or even chuckle, like a smirk, like that's a victory for me.
Yeah.
So, and as I said, like the lady in the front, like she laughed really, really hard out loud. I think she might have been the one laughing, but that's okay because that's all I needed. Like,
So wait, when you told me that you got a standing ovation, are you sure they weren't just getting up to leave?
maybe
Are we,
that could have,
do we know?
I don't know.
Okay.
That could have been it.
They're clapping and standing.
Right.
Yeah, the
Interesting.
pity clap, and then I got.
I'm sure you were great. You're a very nice, charming guy. You both are.
You're officially
Fantastic.
hammered. You're officially hammered.
Yeah, a little bit. I really am.
Jack Daniels.
I had tequila. That's all I drink.
Really?
Unless they don't have it, then I get vodka.
Shots or
No, like tequila and club soda usually.
tequila and club soda? I didn't
It's
even know that
good.
was a combo.
It's really good. Tequila, club soda with a splash of grapefruit and jalapeno is like the best skinny margarita. It's like for girls. You probably don't have any girls that listen to your show since it's like.
We don't have anyone that listens. Never mind. We don't discriminate.
I'm kidding. You
we
probably
actually
have
do.
lots
We
of
have a handful.
girls. You probably have
We
lots
do.
of girls.
They're lined up.
Girls love fighters.
My mom,
I love fighters.
his mom.
Okay, there
Yeah.
you go.
So we have a few. Yeah,
Do you have a daughter or son?
I have a son.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you gonna teach him all about the birds and the bees and stuff?
Well,
Are you gonna have that talk?
Eventually.
I'm taking
are
him
you
to the
gonna tell
Rhino when he
him?
turns 18. We're going to the Spearmint Rhino in Vegas.
That's
Second
what
he turns 18.
That's kind of what I want to know. Like, what do you tell a boy? What are you gonna tell your son? Are you gonna be like bang everything but wrap it up? Are you gonna be like
Whoa.
sex is love? What are you gonna tell him?
You know,
Plan it now.
that is a wow. I don't know. That's a
Well, you
bridge
better
we'll
start thinking.
I got a few years.
You don't have a lot of
but
time.
I know.
Kids start fucking it at like 8, 9 years old now.
They do
Well,
young now, huh?
Really?
No, I think it's like 11.
12,
but I mean, it's pretty
13.
young.
My
They're
lord,
getting-
see,
they're getting it
like
on.
in my mind, I'm like, I'd lose my mind if I had a daughter. I'm kind of like,
I know.
I don't know.
Good thing you don't.
That's why I don't want kids. I know God would want to punish me with twin daughters. I'd probably end up with twin girls.
You'd have like a really hot daughters.
Right?
Yep.
That'd
Yep.
be karma just
Yep.
coming back to kick my ass.
Yeah.
100%. You don't want to swipe right on me, huh? You don't want to swipe right when
I don't
popped up?
Bumble. I'm on Raya. Are you guys on Raya?
What's
Well, you're
that?
not.
Should I be?
It's like this dating app that's for like
Raya? Is what
yeah, okay. It's a dating app. It's for quote like entertainment type. You have to be kind of like verified to get on it. And
Oh,
then you have to have
kind of like a celeb or something?
references. Kind of like a celebrity dating app, but I don't like to say that because a lot of the people on there you're like, who is this guy? And you look him up and
Right.
he's like a skater or like an artist. But you have to have referrals to get on and you have to pay to be on it.
Oh, wow.
Not a lot though. It's like $10 a month.
But I don't know if you want that. Almost is like too small a community. Like I don't know
It
if
is
you want
really
that.
small and it's really weird because like everybody matches with the same people and stuff. But there's something nice about it just because everyone is in the industry and so everyone kind of gets
Right.
the industry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
Did you ever have an app called LuLu?
Yes.
I think it's gone now.
It's so gone and I thought it was the meanest app ever. Do you know what this is?
Dude,
Dude,
this was a fucking nightmare for me. So I get a
For you, that means you're kind of a scumbag.
So listen, so let me tell you. So I get
kind
a
of.
message from my sister. So I have a sister from my
Yes.
dad's second marriage, and
I
she's
love this.
25.
Okay.
I get a message from my sister that says, "Hey, you're on Lulu," and I go, "What the fuck is Lulu?" She goes, "It's this app where girls rate you, like where girls can like kind of have
I love it.
girl talk amongst themselves on an app where they can rate." Guys they've dated. All you have to do is be Facebook friends with the guy.
Yeah, so like let's say we dated and we're Facebook friends and you turned out to be like a total dick and you like we fucked and you never text me back and you were super cheap and you didn't tip the valet and like all this shit. So I can go on this app Lulu and write a review of you so other girls if they're thinking of dating you can
That
go on
Ellenberger.
there and go
That Ellenberger's a
oh, he's a
fucking
bad
scumbag.
tipper, small dick. I mean,
Right.
girls were brutal
Wow.
on
So-
this app.
she sends me a screenshot. I wish I still had it, but she sends me a screenshot, and I was 9.2. I debuted at 9.2
out of 10.
Yes,
that's good.
Strong, right?
Great.
And like the hashtags were like clean bathroom, silver fox was one of them.
Wow,
go
look
fuck
at you.
yourself with that one, silver fox, whatever. But I had bedroom eyes,
bedroom
gone by
eyes.
morning.
Whoa.
Like I had
Gone
some,
by morning's a bad one.
I know.
That's
I had
a
like a
bad
mix
one.
of like they didn't really agree, but then over like a 3-month time, my 9.2, I dropped to like 6.8. I was getting like fucking trashed by haters. But here's the thing: I'm not so convinced that they were chicks I really hooked up. I think they were like. No offense. I'm just saying, like, they were chicks that maybe I denied or chicks that, like...
I think that's why the app failed, because it was like, at first it was, in theory it was good, because it's kind of like, oh, it would be so nice to know, like, what these guys have done to other women. But then at the end of the day, it was like, if I read one that the reviews were too good, I'd be like, oh, this guy obviously has his friends reviewing him.
And I might have done that a couple times.
Of course.
When I dropped down to 6.2, Kate, what do you want me to do? I mean, I had to defend myself.
I get it. But here's the funny thing about that app, LuLu'd, is that like LuLu'd was there and it was a thing. If there was the reverse, if there was an app where guys rated chicks, I mean, the internet would explode. People would be like, this is fucking bullshit. Imagine if there was some app where guys were like, this like her pussy was gnarly.
Well, it does exist. It's called SMS texting. It's what it's called.
You guys just text each other.
Yeah, but I hear you.
Yeah, but you can't like Google girls and be like, this chick was like, I mean... That would be kind of funny, though.
But to this day, like LuLu'd, that was like what, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right?
More. Like it had to be at least 5 years ago.
So to this day, though, like if I'm in Vegas with like meeting up with my dad and my sister or whatever, and my sister will be like, hey, what are you going to do later? Do you want to go to Omnia or do you have a LuLu'd? She'll like refer to me hooking up as LuLu'd.
That is so funny.
Or if I don't answer the phone or if she sends me a text like on a Friday night or something like, and I don't respond, it'll be like LuLu'd ?
I'm not going to lie, though. There were a couple guys that I hooked up with, and then I would look at their oh yeah, it had to be in the last couple of years. There were a couple guys I hooked up with, and then I would read their LuLu'd review and be like, "Wow, that's pretty spot on." Like a lot of like a lot of them, I was like,
accurate.
"Wow, that's pretty accurate."
Well, they're only done by the females, right?
Right.
Well, I'll have to get. Maybe she still has it. Maybe she still has my LuLu'd rating, and then you can reference that back. Later.
I'm on a break. I'm not.
No,
dating.
I understand, but
I'm really not. I'm not dating anyone until
right, me neither.
I'm gonna say when's the end of Lent, whenever that is.
Yeah, I don't even
June?
know. But
I don't know
call
when
it
that
like
is.
April 8th? No, I mean, do you want to just put a date to it or? No, it doesn't matter. We don't have to talk about this right now. Anyway,
whatever.
Well, Kate Quigley, this was fun.
Yeah, this was great. Thanks for having me. I
You
had a
were
great
on.
time.
Yeah, you were great.
I had a great time.
Maybe if we edit out my parts, you two might have something moving forward. You know what I mean? If we can just mute me out.
I have a podcast also.
Tell them everything.
If your listeners listen to podcasts, I have one called Date Fails, and it's all about. I have comedians on. Yeah, you should do it sometime. I have comedians on and athletes and actors and stuff, and they talk.
But you actually get guests on. We got lucky, and you just didn't know what you were walking into. But
I had Penner. Dustin Penner just texted and said to tell you guys hi. I had Penner on. Like I have all kinds of people on. We just talk about shitty dates we've been on and this basic nonsense.
Penner's been on a few.
Yeah.
He's been on a few
Oh
dates.
yeah, I'm sure. And it's on All Things Comedy, which is Bill Burr's network, which has tons of awesome podcasts. So.
That's cool.
That's
Ours
awesome.
is just like on iTunes. That's all. Ours is on. But thanks for rubbing that in.
Well,
Kate.
mine's on iTunes also.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. We had to pay iTunes ahead to be there. No, I made that part up.
Yeah, no. Do you do every week your podcast?
Yeah, it comes out every Friday, and it's on YouTube also. But just listen to it, because I don't always look good on it.
So you hear that? All 8 of you, go and listen to Kate's podcast.
Date Fails, and follow me at Kate Q Funny on social media.
Kate Q Funny, thanks for coming by.
You're welcome.
The Action Junkeez podcast. We will see you guys next week. I'm Jon Orlando. That's Jake Ellenberger. Kate Quigley. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Holla.